Hey guys, this is Foolish Mortal 42 back with some more World of Warcraft Classic Mist of Pandaria. We are on our Shadow Priest Flagell in the Jade Forest still, and we're kind of working on helping um, Lore Master Cho finish out the um, mural there where he's at. So yeah, before we get started, I just wanted to talk about Bloodsail Bucaneers server situation. So this is kind of like a news update. So whatever. So Bloodsail Buccaneers, the server population overall is really low, and it's like 99% alliance anyway. But Blizzard, a couple of weeks ago, made a blue post that said basically that a lot of the smaller servers in Classic were going to be basically not really shut down per se, but basically shut down because they're not going to let people make new characters on the server. And with Bloodsail being mostly an RP server, it really hurts the community, I think. I mean, I got on their Discord, the community Discord, and I mean, they are really like trying to get Blizzard to not do that because Bloodsail was one of the very first. Well, it was in the first um, servers to go with Classic, and it's been like we've been on here off and on for quite a while. Like I did some Wrath of the Lich King content with my Paladin, and I've been on this on and off the server for a while. So I mean, but yeah, the last little bit, the amount of people on the server has gotten really low, and it's yeah, it's really hurt the auction house. I mean, I've sold some stuff because the auction houses are cross faction now. If you didn't know that, in Mist of Pandaria, they become cross faction. And so you can actually sell stuff like you just post it and then it goes to wherever, like everybody can see it. So that's actually kind of helpful. But again, there's not, even though it's mostly Alliance, there's not a lot of Alliance players either. But now they did say that we could do a free transfer over to Pagel server, which is just a regular PvE server. And that's what they're kind of encouraging people to do. And then they also talked about consolidating into mega servers, which is what they did with um, the anniversary, which works pretty good. I mean, you have a lot more people to pull from, for like raiding, and so you can get like these big raids together, and it works pretty good for that. But a lot of the issue is, like if you're in an RP guild and you want to do something in like a low level area, you can't do that anymore because you can't make a new character. And it I don't think Blizzard ever really understood, because I don't do a lot of RP on um, myself, or like I don't record it very much. But I do know that like there's a lot of very passionate people that do that. And it really, a lot of these big MMO people, like they never really understood the draw of that, like how important that is to a lot of people. You know, um, it's it's hard to conceptualize it, I guess, because they don't see it as people quote playing the game, or they want to push people to the end game and rating and all of this stuff. Where like the content that they have made is. But that being said, games like EverQuest, Warcraft, World of Warcraft, um, Guild Wars 2, like all of these big MMOs, they have such the ability to tell your own story in a way that a lot of other games can't. And I think it's because you can build like your own kind of like little story inside the game, and it's not for anybody else. It's, you know, you're not recording it and publishing it and saying like this is the way it is and or anything like that. It's basically just for you and your little group of friends and your guild to explore that, you know. And it really hurts me that a lot of the developers and stuff like they just don't see that, and they don't understand it, and they don't really try to understand it because it's such a small demographic. You know, like they don't. It's not something that they have to worry about, and it's. But again, you know, like that. That's a way for people to play the game that is just as valid as rating in-game content, and it just I've never understood why Blizzard of all people, because they a lot of the original developers came from EverQuest because they wanted the game to be better than what EverQuest was, but the main developers wouldn't kind of listen to them, so then they went to Blizzard and basically made World of Warcraft. If you didn't know that, but yeah, that's so anyway. But where that leaves us is I don't know if I want to go to Pagel. You know, I'm not for sure what I want to do right now. I mean, right now, basically, World of Warcraft on Bloodsail Buccaneers is basically a single player game, which isn't horrible for, you know, like exploring and finding lore and, you know, stuff like that. And you can find dungeons or, you know, like through the random dungeon thing. But I just, and there are people in the Discord organizing, um, you know, 25-man raid content. So I mean, it does happen, but it's much more. It's not as active. You know, it's like your wait times for dungeons are really long. But anyway, but that's just kind of like I wanted to talk about that a little bit, and you know, just I'm still not sure what to do about it because it's just yeah, I just woke up this morning. I just like I need to record that while that's fresh on my mind and kind of get that out of my brain situation. But yeah, anyway, we're probably over the next couple of weeks we'll kind of, you know, talk about. I'll be talking about like, you know, are we going to go forward with Flagell like and just stay on Bloodsail until they eventually close it down? Because I think that's probably what will happen is they're just gonna force a move, because back in original vanilla when the servers got so full and right before Burning Crusade came out, they forced everybody to basically migrate. Whoop, hold on. Sorry about that. Had a kind of a lengthy phone call there. Alrighty. Okay, so let's get on with doing helping Lore Master Cho. But nibblers are tearing the place down in there. Yeah.
Over here!
Hal looks up at you, struggling to pull himself from the rubble.
No, I got it. Okay. Maybe I don't got it.
Hal struggles against the rubble with all his might.
Let me guess. My wife sent you? Imagine that. My delicate little snow lily all worried. She's always fretting over me. Look, it'll take more than a little. Caffeine to keep old Hal down. Some of the boys, on the other hand, are in trouble. Help 'em out if you find any, will ya? I'll be fine, really. Ah.
Ha! There we go. Told you I had it. I'm sure you can handle things in here. I'll be outside settling
Oh.
things down.
Was that just a really big, Oh no, they just don't have very many hit points. Okay. Alright, freeing the miners and killing these nibblers. Am I just hitting that hard? No, they just don't have very many hit points. Alright, so that's all the miners. Oh, he was throwing Jade at me. Cute. Okay, well, that's all of that. We'll get back to Lorewalker Cho.
Hal lets out a hearty laugh.
I seen him come running out of there like old Care Shan himself were giving chase. Alright, so you need Jade, do ya? I'd say you, at least that. May plenty in the quarry, and thanks to your help, we should back on schedule. In no time, I should probably get back to the wife, so let's you and me take this car to the good stuff straight to her. Now, I never met no adventurer to work too big for me to pull in a wagon. You climb on the back there, and let old Hal do the legwork.
All right.
Hold give them a whooping.
I don't have anything to whoop them with.
Daggone critters don't know when to give up, do they? We're almost to the fresco. Keep it up back there.
I think this is supposed to give me something to throw at them.
What a rush! I like you. You keep things interesting. Oh, Lily, we're back from the quarry. Got a special delivery just for
Honey
you.
bear! I mean, it is about time. Don't you snow lily me. We were worried sick about you. And the delivery is not for me, How. The Honorable Lorewalker has been waiting. Oh.
Aww.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Sugarfur. I know how you worry. Truth is, this stranger here saved my old hide. Go figure.
There's so much romance in Mr. Pandaria.
Old bear. I can't stay mad at him. Thank you, stranger. You
focused.
did it. You brought my honey bear back. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Hmm.
Come,
The
speak
quarry
of
will
me.
be fine, thanks to you.
May your
Well,
deeds
I'll
live on in
you
song.
actually did it. You looking for a more
Piece
permanent
of
job,
peace.
buddy? I could use a bruiser like you around full time. You've done great here, kid. Thanks to you. We have quite a bit of extra jade, and I know just the someone who could use it. My friend Foreman Reike is running a great statue project at the Serpent's Heart. Bring a shipment of extra jade to him, and tell him his old friend Man says hello. He'll be eagerly
focused.
waiting your arrival.
Alright, one more piece of the mural. Sorry, taking care of a little work stuff. Alright, let us... Tian Monastery and Serpent's Heart way down here. Let's go to Tian Monastery, since there's a flight point there. And then we can fly down that way. Oh, stuck in an elephant ear. So we won't start the Tian Monastery just yet. I want to finish Lorewalker Cho's little quest line first. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure again, like what we're going to do. Is this the right way? Maybe not. There is a rare spawn up here though. Mr. Ferocious. Should we try? Oh, really? Wow. Nice. Let's see what we got. Okay, so these are BOE plate. Not great, but we can sell them for 25 gold at least. Yeah, level 400. So we definitely have the ability to kill. Yeah, to kill a rare spawn with 1.3 million hit points. So yeah, we will go back, and if some of these others are still there, we will give them a shot. Does this go up to 10? Yeah, that was like old school flagell there, taking on an elite mob solo. There we go. So this actually isn't. So Tian Monastery is over there. So what is this?
Father of the Heartswell Brew. The Heartswell Brew infuses the drinker's entire being with a profound sense of warmth and well-being. It is said that Qin Huoyin so loved the product of his art that he wept tears of heavy sorrow over every keg that left his brewery.
Hmm. I need, where is my level? There's level 8. We'll just take the shortcut. Oh, cool. I'm assuming this is some type of a shortcut. Maybe not. The Ring of Inner Focus. The big bell.
Welcome.
All right.
Jade Serpent guide you.
That's Dawn Blossom.
Hello. There is no
Yeah, I think this is Dawn Blossom. So we'll actually still have a little bit more foot riding to go to. But yeah, that was a good fight. We even had an ad. Not that that was that much of an issue, but hang on just a second. More work stuff. Hold on. Alrighty, I'm back. Sorry about that. Yeah, switching jobs and trying to organize because it's so I don't know if I'm sure I've talked about it before, but I'm a nurse in
When I
real
was
life.
young, I wanted to be a brewmaster,
I
mixing
don't
various
care.
chemicals to get the perfect drink and flavor. During my training, though they kept telling me my drinks were too hearty, so I went into smelting. Seemed like a logical transition at the time.
That should have been a pet, but anyway. Um so I'm a nurse in real life and I actually do dialysis right now. And I'm transferring within the same company from one hospital to another in dialysis. But of course, dialysis being what it is, you really have to have somebody to replace somebody when they leave. So we're kind of trying to work out when my last day is going to be there and when my first day is going to be at the new place. And yeah, so there's a lot of back and forth and scheduling and conflicts and stuff like that. Ooh, see, like, ugh, Blizzard. I mean, you guys. I mean, I know Kung Fu Panda was like really, really big, right when this kind of came out, or it had been popular. Well, it actually still is popular. But yeah, I mean, the amount of work in new assets that they had to build for this expansion is just absolutely crazy. Because if you look at the Burning Crusade, a lot of that stuff, they reused a lot of the assets. There he is. Which I mean, it was a much smaller company at the time, but I mean, like all of this architecture and like the wagons are different, and not just the Pandarians, but just like just the grass textures are different and the tree textures. I mean, it
Am I
just
seeing this right?
the amount of work that they
New
had to do
whole
was
shipment of pure,
just
high
amazing,
quality,
and they did
uncut
so
jade.
good
Thank
on it.
goodness, I knew Foreman Man would come through for us. Oh, and you too. Thanks for bringing it by. Can I trouble you for another favor? We're way behind schedule, and this jade shipment is the last we need to finish the great statue. I've got my hands full, so could you run this ore over to the other foremen, Historian Din, Zoreya Sawa, and Kitamaster Shoku? Can all be found around the base of the statue. Taskmaster MEI is directing production at the top of the statue. We're on a deadline, so make sure you do it fast. Time's a wasting.
May the mists
Sure. I mean, he's literally right here. He is literally right here.
Tell me
Need
of
a
your
lift?
travels. There is no hurry.
All right, so we'll come back to him to get our ride up to the top.
Hello.
Jade. It's
May the
all
mist
about the
protect
jade. We need it. And that's the bottom line.
What
Sometimes it is good to take a step back and reflect upon our larger goals.
Hmm. That's just really good life advice, honestly. Yeah, so getting
Need a lift?
set up for my new job and like because they have different policies and stuff, so I still have probably 2 or 3 weeks of classes that I gotta go to, even though it's the same company. But it's yeah, it's not gonna be super fun. But I'm gonna have I think what I talked about in one of my last episodes, a set schedule and a set yeah, it's gonna be like quite a bit more money, and I'm just gonna be doing a lot better, to be honest. So
Very
everything
soon,
worked out
it will
really
all
good.
pay off.
Keep the peace.
Oh,
Going
hello.
down?
Travel safe.
So yeah, that's kind of why I've not recorded as much. Even though I've got free time, I'm doing that, and then I'm also still working on my house and getting that taken care of. And hopefully, after this weekend, I will actually have my office area set up.
What?
Greetings, one.
Done already? You are quite the runner. You ever thought about making a living out of this?
Ooh,
Next
You've
one,
done
son.
us a huge favor here, traveler. Now that we have enough jade to complete the statue, we should send word of our progress to Yulan, the Jade Serpent. When you arrive, speak to Elder Sage Windy outside the entrance to the Temple of the Jade Serpent. If you wish to speed your journey, speak to Kite Master Shoko. I'm sure he can spare an extra kite for you.
Jade Serpent. Thank you.
oh. So that's gonna send us. Oh yeah, so there's a flight point kind of pretty close to that too. Yeah, like I said,
May the mist
this zone, actually all of the zones in Mist of Pandaria are absolutely huge. But we'll be able to afford, I think. Yeah, I mean, I've got other characters. I even have. Oh, do I? I do have one alliance character on this server. So if we get to where we can't make progress and do like any kind of raiding, just to kind of see that content, I may have to switch. So.
It was at this very location 10,000 years ago that Xiao Hao, the last emperor of Pandaria, the Shah of Doubt, and imprisoned it within the land. From the Book of Burdens, Chapter 5. Xiao Hao meditated for 3 days and 3 nights, for the counsel of the Jade Serpent was unclear. How could one purge oneself of all doubt? Weary of waiting, Xiao Hao's traveling companion, the Monkey King, whittled a strange, grimacing visage out of bamboo. He urged the emperor to place the mask of doubt on his face. While mischief was the Monkey King's motivation, the mask worked. As Xiao Hao pulled the mask away, his doubts took on a physical form. For 7 hours they fought, until the Shah of Doubt was buried. From that day onward, the last emperor had no doubt that he would save Pandaria from the Sundering. He became a creature of fate.
You
Welcome
have
to
most
the
Oh,
temple
that was the
of
yeah.
Jade
Sorry.
Serpent. stranger. Our doors are open to all who seek knowledge.
The world is
Ooh, cutscene. I mean, that is just really, really pretty. I mean,
You bring news from the Serpent's Heart.
The Elder Sage patiently listens to your tale of what occurred at the Jade Mines and at the large Jade statue.
Thank you for coming all this way, stranger. However, I cannot allow you to speak to the Jade Serpent right now. The Ancient One is very busy, and as you can see, is not here at the moment. Since you were so helpful at the mines, would you be willing to help us with a small problem here at the temple? Wise Amari has been complaining recently of a disturbance in his temple. The water elementals have gotten quite playful recently, and made off with his ceremonial staff. If you could help him, I would be most grateful. I may even put in a word with the Jade Serpent for you. Just follow the path to the north. Lorewalker Stonestep is in charge of the entire temple library. Lately, something has been troubling him and his work. With thousands of ancient tomes to be transcribed, I can't afford to have him distracted. Would you follow the path south to the library and see what ails him?
sure.
Mastery in your passions.
Hey, Faye.
Hey there.
The little girl squints at you.
I overheard you talking to the Elder Sage. He's pretty serious, isn't he? Well, you're in luck, because I hear just about everything that happens around here. Have you seen the young serpents in the training yard? The little ones tend to be mischievous, and some of them ran off to play before the training session. The mistress will get angry if she discovers they're missing. Would you go find them and bring them back to me? I don't want them to get into trouble. They like to play out in the open, so look for them in courtyards and around the spire. Hey there.
The little girl squints.
Do you like fireworks, sir? I love them. In older times, we would set them off to frighten away demons. But I just like them because they're pretty. I think there are still some old launchers lying around the temple. Would you go set off some big fireworks for me? It would make me so happy.
Sure. Right. Yeah, I've always just, I mean, I've always really loved Burning Crusade. And yes, I think probably Wrath of the Lich King was probably peak. But I think after the just uninteresting expansion that Cataclysm was, and you know, a lot of people still just, even during Classic, like a lot of people just didn't play it. Like it really suffered. And after that, the can't even talk. Just the phenomenal work that they did on Mist of Pandaria was just so good. So one of these little water elementals has the staff? Is that... Oh.
The pools are clouded. I will lead my staff to calm the spirits and speak to the water.
That was weird. Wow, I'm actually going through my mana. I'm actually gonna have to drink something. I do like getting that mastery though. Alright, find something to drink here. Something to drink. Surely one of these will have it. Wow. There we go. Okay. I thought this was going to turn into a 2-hour-long episode.
The pools are clouded. I will need my staff to calm the spirits and speak to the water. I am but an old Jinyu, and those pesky water sprites were impossible to catch. Thank you for returning my staff to me. Please tell the Elder Sage Rainju that I will begin my work at once.
So, doing these quests, like, it introduces you to all the characters that you're going to run into. Oh, hold on. All the characters that you're going to run into when you actually do the quest itself, and I really like that. It was really fun, but it does kind of bother me that you can get into the dungeon like super early, pretty much basically as soon as you start. So you've queued up for this dungeon and you're doing this run, and you really don't have any idea like why you're here, who these people are, stuff like that. So that kind of did bother me some. But, you know, that's just the nature of what the game kind of has turned into. So, you know, we just kind of have to do it as we can. So.
The Elder Sage Rainju sent you very well. Well, you shall help me. Moths have infested the library. Moths. Any librarian worth his letters knows that moths are the most dangerous threat to paper. Second, only to bookworms, as it turns out. My assistants are a useless bunch of insect-fearing cowards. Please, you must help me get rid of the moths immediately. The works of 1,000 Pandaren storytellers depend on you. The scrolls. I must save the scrolls. The worst possible thing has happened. We have bookworms. This is
Okay,
a critical
that's a little
situation.
better.
All bookworms in the library must be eradicated at once to prevent their spread. We must squash this problem. Literally, please examine the infested books in the library and squash any bookworms that you find.
White tide
Okay.
will guide your steps.
Okay, well that won't take very long. So let's just do that really quick. That did not take very long.
Long ago in Underhill, and what a good and so.
Oh
With
wow.
a grin and a smile, the Grumble said to the Mogu, "I saw what I wanted to see. You heard what you wanted to hear."
Wow, that reads the books too? Interesting.
The scroll. Oh, wonderful. I am so relieved that we managed to avert disaster. No. No, don't get too close, please. You still have some squashed bug bits on your shoes.
How many of these? Just 8. Okay. Oops, I hit the wrong button. That's okay.
Yes, yes. Thank you. You've thinned out their numbers wonderfully. You have helped us more than you can ever imagine. I do not know what I would do if our precious scrolls were ever to be lost. Please return to the Elder Sage Renju and tell him that the library is in order.
There we go. And now we go back. See, I love this little quest area. It's so cool.
Hey there.
The little girl squints at you.
You found them and brought them all back. They've really taken a liking to you. Thank you so much. Yay! I saw the fireworks all the way from over here. Thank you so much.
Have fun!
Welcome to the temple of Lorewalker. Stonestep is back to work. Remarkable. You were able to do what the last 4 priests I sent could not. I think my headache is disappearing. Wonderful. Knowing that the scryer has returned to his meditations has lifted a great burden from my shoulders.
May the red crane live forever in your heart.
You came to deliver a message to the Jade Serpent, right?
The little girl tilts her head up at you inquisitively.
I guess it's time you met her.
Soon later.
Of course.
I apologize for the deception, but it was necessary. In thousands of years, we have never seen one of your kind. It was imperative that I first measure the bearing of your heart. Come ride with me, little one. There is something I wish you to see. temple priests are too frightened to face the truth. I grow old, little one. My time on this world is nearly done. Do you see the great statue in the distance? The builders have toiled for many years, and it is nearly complete. A little more jade, the jade you helped to acquire, and it will be finished. With my last breath, I will transfer my life essence into the statue, and a new guardian will be born. Do not be saddened. The cycle is clear. It neither begins nor ends with me. Someday, you may also be called upon to defend all that is dear to you. When that day comes, seek all the light and wonder of this world and fight. We live together or we die together. All of Pandaria is connected. I grow weary. I must rest now. Goodbye, little one. I will see you soon enough.
Cool. Yeah, I love Mr. Pandaria. It's so fun.
Did you deliver your message? Welcome to the Temple of the Jade Serpent. How may I help you?
Keep your eyes and heart open.
Let's see, how much hit do we have? 7. Yeah, we're getting there. All right, so that is the Temple of the Jade Serpent. Did we get that? I don't think we got that flight point, did we? But, well, so I'm going to get that flight point off screen. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. It was really fun. We got to kill in a rare spawn, which was interesting. And I definitely can now, you know, like now that we know that we can actually do that, we can do that. So as I find some, I will kind of start hunting them. So we could go back to up here. Oh no, somebody had killed that one. But we can look. We can go over here to the Arboretum and kill Ferdinand, which is kind of sad because he just wants to smell the flowers. But yeah, in the next episode, probably Tien Monastery. Yeah, we'll do Tien Monastery in the next episode. So I will join you up there since we've got the flight point. I can just kind of fly up there. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and hit like and subscribe and leave a comment if you want to. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching.